Runners, it's Manny again, and yes, we had some news drop this week. We'll go over that, but before we do, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up. We really love that algorithm, and of course, comment down below. I love interacting with you guys if you haven't been able to tell already, but let's get to the news that dropped. So we got the medal reveal for Princess. So we're gonna take a look at those medals first, and I'm gonna go over them one by one. So the 5K with Merida looks awesome. It's that paw, but it looks like kind of like stained glass in the background, which is really cool. And if you notice, the 5K font is basically from Brave. Now, it doesn't look like it has any moving parts. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll be able to see it on Marathon weekend, and so we'll be able to see if it has any kind of moving parts. So the 10K is Moana, and she's in her ship. It looks awesome. It also looks like the stained glass windows in the background. And if you notice the 10K, the way it's worded there on the bottom, it looks like it's Moana font. It is really, really cool. Now again, I don't think any of these have any kind of moving parts. We're not gonna be able to tell until we actually see them, or they make a video, which they have done before in the past, and you see them moving, but as of now, it doesn't look like any of them have any moving parts. Now for the half, you have Rapunzel with her hair flowing everywhere. This says half marathon on her hair, and then 13.1 on the side. Background again looks like stained glass windows, kind of like a star design. It's really, really cool. And there's a place to take a picture of it, which I'll go over in a little bit. Now the challenge one is Belle, which is my favorite. I love this character. And of course, if you haven't figured out, the pattern is the background looks like stained glass window, and it's in the shape of the beast. And in the middle, of course, you gotta have that flower, that rose, that the petals are falling down, because that's the countdown to where he remains a beast. So I think this medal is awesome. So the thing I love about these themings is you can take pictures, and there's places in the parks to take pictures for each one of them. The only exception is Merida, but Moana, you can go to the Moana Journey of Water and you can take pictures there. That's in Epcot. So for the Rapunzel medal, you can go and take a picture at Magic Kingdom. In Fantasyland, going into where Haunted Mansion is, you're going to have on one side, it's going to be Peter Pan. On the other side, it's a small world. And in between going to the Haunted Mansion, there is a Rapunzel area. They have restrooms back there. At nighttime, it lights up awesome. They have the lights that you can take a picture with, and the right light, that medal is gonna look awesome. I'm gonna go back there and take some pictures there. And of course, for Belle, you can go to New Fantasyland, which has Beast's Castle. That's where Be Our Guest restaurant is. And of course, Belle has her own little chateau on the side that you can go take a picture with the medal. I think that's a great thing. Again, this is also in Magic Kingdom. Now we have one more medal to go over if you haven't already seen. And so a lot of you guys who are on the fence, but again, you're gonna have to get the Disneyland one, is we're gonna show you the Coast to Coast medal. For Coast to Coast medal, I think it's really, really cool, because in the middle, on the bottom part, you're gonna have Walt and Mickey, and they're holding hands in their classic silhouette, whatever it is from behind that you're looking at. And on one side, you're gonna have one castle, which is gonna be Cinderella. On the other side, you're gonna have the Sleeping Beauty castle. So it's the Coast to Coast. Right above them is the only mover that I can see. You got Mickey and Minnie, and they're facing away from each other, and they're going like kind of like a tug of which coast are we going to go to, which coast are we going to go to. But these medals are brand new, which makes me think that there is going to be some new merchandise for next year. Briefly, I'll say, if you're gonna get merchandise, make sure that you get it early on. Probably won't have it at Marathon weekend. I'm not 100% sure they will or not, but for sure they should have it at Disneyland. It just makes sense, because that means you completed the Coast to Coast, and that's basically the only run that you're gonna be able to do on the West Coast in California that is going to complete your Coast to Coast. Now at Disney World, you're gonna have other options, which is gonna be Princess is gonna be one, so you know that they're gonna have the Coast to Coast medals, and this is probably why they brought it out with these medals, and they should have some merchandise at Springtime Surprise, maybe even at Wine and Dine, but my suggestion is to get it as soon as you can. So it brings me to an idea that now I really do think that Springtime Surprise medals are gonna come out later this year, so they're gonna come out in this calendar year, 2025. So I really do think we're gonna get to see the rest of the medals once we get to marathon weekend. So we're gonna get to see basically the rest of the season of 2026 with the exception of Wine and Dine 2026, but we should see all the medals there. So now I have a surprise for you guys because I did get that wooden box, that wooden map box. It's gonna be awesome. Now I have not seen it myself, so I'm so excited to unbox this in front of you guys. So you're gonna get to see it as I see it once it's opened up. So let's go ahead and take a look. So hello there, and as promised, I am going to be unboxing my new course map for the perfect Wine and Dine, the 2-course challenge. 10 years going, so I got the package, and I promised you I'm going to unbox. I'm going to show this right now. But before I do, this is a Wine and Dine shirt. Obviously, I wanted to wear this for this. I'm not a fan of this, the mesh. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I did not until after I bought them. I'm gonna have to wear a shirt underneath, and this is gonna be like a cold weather, longer sleeve shirt underneath. I just don't really care for these kind of shirts, and so you'll hardly see me wear them, and I know I got 2 of them, so that's the harsh part. But, like promised, here is the box. Fragile, handle with care. So we're gonna open that up right now, so we're gonna be able to see this right now. So, I'm trying to handle with care. So, here, you can hear it. Now it's opening up. I'm excited for this. Although, gotta cut part of this off. There we go. And it is in a big wrapper. So again, these are map runs, I believe. I'll put the description down below, but here it is, still in its wrapper. It is, I have it upside down, so here it is, it's still in its wrapper. Kind of looks like a cross right now. Oop, okay. That was nothing, just one of those popped. All right, so now we are going to unveil this beauty. And then after a while, I'll make a little shrine and I'll show you where I have it later on. But as of now, I just wanted to unbox it, and yep, I'm gonna take this top part off. Here we go. Look at that thing of beauty. And I love the detail. Manny runs Disney Perfect 2-Course Challenge from 2016 to 2025. And it has the dates at Walt Disney World, Florida. And look at this, the attention to detail. These are indentations, so they go in, but these are where there is lakes, that kind of stuff. And of course the courses are there. Attention to detail, hidden Mickey right in the middle. And this is the legend, so half marathon and the 10K routes. So it gives you both of these right here. From my understanding, they're gonna have some at marathon weekend and for Princess, but obviously you see my background, everything that I have. So I'm gonna find a place for this. They do have a place for you to hang it if you want to. I'm actually thinking about doing something with that and putting the medals on here. So I will do that later, but this is a thing of beauty. I really do enjoy this. I really do like this. $187, I believe that's what it cost me to deliver it to me. And then they actually personalized for me. But I'm gonna take pictures, I'm gonna send this out. But what do you guys think? So that was amazing. That was awesome. I really, really enjoyed that. I'm gonna actually see if I can make a shrine. If I do, I'm gonna put pictures of it. Might even show it in a future video. Now, before I go, I talked on my live stream that I was gonna start doing some one-on-one coaching. I'm kind of still trying to figure out the logistics of this. But again, most of you guys already have programs, and to be honest with you, you can get a good program online that you're gonna follow. The specifics is where a coach should come through, and a lot of times the coaches just charge you to put that out, and it's something pretty generic, pretty general. So what I'm thinking of doing is something more specific. something to where if you're struggling a little bit, if you have questions about speed work, hitting your goals, just to get your mind clear, that's what I wanted to do. And again, my idea, especially at the beginning, is to start off with maybe 3 to 5 people, or 3 to 5 hours a week. The reason I do that is because when you're a certified running coach, when you're a coach, when you're running training programs and stuff, it's very easy to get this idea that you're going to help all these people. After a while, they kind of cloud your mind because you're going from one to the other, and I figure I want to be able to help each individual as best as I can, which means I'm going to have to take my time, kind of like the old doctor way, where they used to sit down, get to know you, get to understand you, ask questions, so forth and so on, and then help you as an individual instead of as a group. And I wanted to make it worth your while. And if you didn't hear the last part of it in the live feed, is part of what I'm going to be doing, and the reason I thought about doing this is because I'm trying to help some friends of mine do some fundraising. And so part of what I'm going to do is, once I charge, part of that is going to go back to some charities out there. So if you need help with charities, please contact me, or fundraising, I should say. Contact me, and I will try to help you out as much as I can. But I'm going to try to do this for starting basically part of it in December, especially January, February, March, and then going into the following season, try to get momentum so I can start doing that next season. But the last thing I'm going to say is that I'm probably not going to make a video next week unless something comes up. Next week is Thanksgiving. I want to wish you guys a magical Thanksgiving. I hope that you and your families are just bursting at the seams with happiness, or with everything going your way. I look forward to seeing you guys in January, February, March, April, whatever it is. And without further ado, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. As usual, create a magical day, create a magical run, and guys, we'll see you sooner than later.